Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Cheetah from Wonder Woman 1984. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, so the movie's not out yet. Hopefully by the time you watch this it will be. But what I'm trying to say is I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going by a guess. I've seen like a few shots from the trailer. Even though, okay, so here's the tricky part. I try not to watch trailers. So I'm just kind of going by a few screenshots and that's it. So I'm just trying to take a guess of an action pose for El Cheetah. Because the movie's coming out, I'm getting ready for it, and I just thought it would be good to make something. But again, the problem is I don't have 100% pictures. But here's the thing. I mean, how hard can it be? It's a cheetah woman, you know? I mean, all I gotta do is draw anatomy of an action pose, give her female anatomy, and then make it look like a cheetah. So I figure it can't be that hard, right? Or I can't be that off. It's going to be hard, obviously. Sometimes some of these that we do are a little bit challenging. This is going to be one of them. But I figured, you know what? Let's try it. Let's see what we can do. But yeah, that being said, this is before the movie's out. Or when I'm drawing this before the movie's out. So there's a huge possibility that I'm wrong. But again, why not try? Because I can draw female anatomy and I can color it like a cheetah. So I should be able to get something, right? And this pose looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and try to build on this. I've done, and this is what I always tell you guys. I always say, draw your details first. I'm sorry. Draw your sketch first, then you can come back with the details. And so my sketch worked out. So I'm going to try to get the details now. And try to make it look like the cheetah character. But like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. So, if nothing else, this is a good exercise for us to just try something different and see what we can do. Like here, for example, she has this back leg like this that's coming back. And here, because I'm kind of going on almost like a straight shot, you can't really see it as much until we get back here. So it almost kind of looks a little flat. That's the word I'm looking for. Because this one is straight out. This one is bent, so you can see more of the cheetah-like look. And then this one is just straight. So we're kind of getting away with not drawing every single detail because we got her in such a dynamic pose. But it's definitely worth it. It's pretty awesome. I'm excited about the movie. I don't know about you. So that's why I started drawing the characters already. It looks pretty good. So yeah, I figure let's have some fun, right? Now, again, who knows what it's going to be like? Who knows if there's more to it or if I'm 100% wrong? But I figure let's try something different. So a lot of times like this, when I go quiet, it's because I am concentrating, trying to get it right. Okay, looks good. But yeah, I figured, you know, we're mostly going to be drawing, you know, the shape and the fur. That this shouldn't be too hard. Or it shouldn't be too hard to get her in this position, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And get it to look like the cheetah. Now, you know, doing it, that's a different story. And that, yeah, that might be a little challenging. That might be a little difficult, but I mean, it is a very complex character. So we do kind of have to allow ourselves a little bit of extra, not skill level, but a little extra freedom to get creative here. Oops, I lost my picture. So all I really have to go by are horrible screenshots, like from the trailer. You know, I don't have a lot of details, so I'm just kind of making up, like I said, female anatomy, leopard details, right? And also the other thing too is, I think from what I could tell in the trailer, again, this quick screenshot of the trailer, I think her face looks pretty normal, like she doesn't have a cheetah muzzle. You know what I mean? It's a regular human face, but it's the color that's going to make it stand out. Like she's got like the stripes on her eyes, you know, that kind of thing. So I think that's going to help us to make it look like a cheetah, whereas there's only so much I can do with Sharpies. And I appreciate that I think we talked about this before, that I like the realistic looking characters now. And I've talked about how my friend, he's not too crazy about it. He's like, you know, I'm kind of tired of this whole let's make it look real. I like that. I like the whole, you know, built in a real reality. Is that the words that I'm looking for? You know, it kind of really started with Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy, which I mean, to a point, Tim Burton was doing it too. You know, so it's not like he was over the top, but he kind of was. So that's kind of why it's dismissed that he didn't do it, that Tim Burton more did it. I'm sorry, Christopher Nolan more did it. You see why you don't listen to me as a speaker? You just draw with me. Don't listen to what I say, because I say things like more did it. Don't listen to me. Anyway, the whole based in reality type kind of situation, I like it. I think it's awesome. One of my best friends, he's over it, you know, and I get it, you know. Okay, you don't want to do that anymore, but I think it's great. I think it's awesome. So I like when they do like this looks like a real person kind of monster. Ooh, I almost forgot the tail. All right, I think I am ready to go. Let's erase some of these sketch lines. And sorry if the camera shakes a little bit. I'm trying not to move it too much. Trying new stuff now. Trying new techniques and styles and positions. And I'm trying natural daylight right now to see how this works out. But I want my pencil to, I want my Sharpie to stand out, not my pencil line. So I've got to erase some of this. And we're going to get a little shaky with the camera while the whole thing moves real quick. Sorry about that. I'll work on that. Maybe on the next one it'll be better. But I want my pencil lines to disappear, so I'm erasing just lightly. and leaving just a faint image to follow. I think that'll work. Pardon me. Okay, so there we go. Let's get going. I say we welcome everybody that skipped and get going. Let's see. Find that good picture. There we go. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but I left myself enough to guide me on this Sharpie adventure. So I'm going to get going with the Sharpie pen and just build out from here. You've seen the sketch, you know where we're going. So let's just dig in with the eyes. And I do have her turned just a little bit like this. So the head's going to be facing that way. Now I talked about this in the sketch. I'm going to be doing a lot of this with color. So I'm going to be basically drawing like a normal human face and coloring the details with, or giving it the details with the color portion. So I'm just going to kind of dot the pupil like that. That's all I really can do because, again, this part is so tiny, I can't really get too crazy with the lines or it'll start to bleed. So I'm just going to go in just a little bit. I'm going to dab it towards the center like this, just to simulate the bottom of the eye. But again, I'm not going to draw it because it's going to bleed too much if I do. And also, I don't think I'm going to draw eyebrows. I think I'm going to give her like that leopard face, paint all that. So I'm not going to put that in. I'm just going to draw I do have her turn so I can draw the contour of her nose. Normally I don't, but now since it's starting to turn, you're starting to see more of the edge. We can actually get away with putting something here. So where her brow is going to be, I'm going to come down and draw the contour of her nose. So something like that, okay? And again, the eyebrow would be up there, but I'm going to do that with color. So I'm going to draw some of her nose like this. If I can clean that up a little bit. Again, it's really hard to do with these tiny Sharpies, but I'm going to make it work. I do have her in kind of a growling, menacing look. So do something like this. Let's give her like some, I don't know if she does have this, but let's give her like some fangs. Like a little bit of like that. Just to, give it a little bit of a menacing, angry toothed animal type kind of look, Okay, so I'm going to give her a bottom lip at least. And a lot of times when you're doing stuff like this, you do have some stress lines here, maybe here, but I'm not going to draw too many. But the lips are kind of stretched out, so they're no longer big full lips if you got them. So I'm going to do that with color, and I'm going to leave that alone like it is. So it's going to be a little strange, I know, but once we color it in, it'll make more sense. So the edge of her head is going to do like this. She's got kind of a, from what I can tell, kind of a pointed brow. And I think maybe that's like the animal feature. They're kind of giving her a hard edge, almost like Frankenstein look brow. But the downside is, I talked about this in the sketch portion, I don't know what she looks like. I'm only going by trailer pictures, so hopefully this is going to work out, right? Okay, so I'm going to draw the contours back over. And also, if you see, I'm starting to thicken up my edges. You don't have to do that, but the reason I'm doing is because when I switch over to this Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference in line width. So I'm trying to match what's about to happen. And plus, it helps me fix things. Like if I'm not happy with my edge like this, I can kind of come in here and add a little extra on that edge. Smooths it all out. It looks good to me. Okay, so I'm going to draw her ear like this. And for the ear, I just usually do something a little like this. It doesn't have to be too perfect. And I don't even know if it's like a cheetah ear, Let's give her like a cheetah ear. Let's make it to a point. Just a little bit. See what happens. The thing is, this is how we draw, so, we'll make it what we want. It looks like her hair is just kind of almost like, I can't tell. I really can't tell, but I can see blonde hair all crisscross and stuff like that on her face. So let's see what we can do here. Let's do like a line like this. then I'll do another one going back behind it like that. Now I've already sketched it out, so I know where I'm going with the hairline, so I can play around with little stuff like this to, you know, build onto the design that I've come up with. And a lot of color is going to disappear back there too anyway. So, like I said, I'm just kind of playing around with how it looks in the trailer just to kind of give it that weird animalistic type kind of look. Okay? There we go. And again, I'm thickening my outer edge, but you don't have to. Remember, do what makes you happy. Now I do have her kind of in a jumping kind of position, so that's why I have her a little I want to say out there, but that's not really the word I'm going for. A little dynamic, I guess. Now, again, she does have blonde hair, so I'm not going to draw every single hair. I want to, but I shouldn't, because A, she's going to be colored, you know, and that's going to change a lot of things. But the leopard color is going to blend into it as well, so I'm trying to leave room for that. So I'm doing little subtle lines like this just to kind of, you know, kind of show that, yeah, there's a white blondish kind of feel to it, but I have to draw edges. You know, we have to draw certain parts to it, and I think that's all I'm going to do for that. And then once I define her edge of her shoulder, I can add more if I need it, or I can close it off. Like it's not just going to be a floating empty line. Oops, too thick there. That's okay. I'll just kind of hide it like that. I'm going to do this one again, a little thicker. And remember, if you're working with pencil, you don't have to do this. I'm just preparing for what's going to happen with mine. See there? I just pretty much just drew over the exact same line. Didn't even get thicker. So, you know, it's not going to be perfect. I just made a real thick line there. So that's okay. So there. I'll stop right there because now it's going to start to get real crazy, and I better stop while I can, take advantage of it looking good. So I'm going to switch over to the big Sharpie now. And so now we're going to do kind of fur, kind of human anatomy. So I've got her hunched over. So that means her neck, her head, here's her shoulders. Her neck is going to be kind of over like this. So that means her shoulders are going to be a little bit raised, kind of like this. And then we're going to say her neck is going to be like that. Here's the shoulder. We'll do this edge. Now, because she's covered in fur, I'm going to draw the anatomy like I've sketched it out, but I'm going to kind of do like this. Tiny little edges like that, just to give it a furish type feel. And I'm basically just following my anatomy sketch, so that's why it helps to sketch out, plan where you're going to go. Because I can just now just follow the design that I did. And I'm gonna, you know, make it look like an arm. So, and her hands, I've got her very, very dynamically posed. So we're gonna really exaggerate them. And again, I had it planned out, so I can kind of, you know, roughly follow the design I was doing. Just kind of trace over what I was drawing. I'm drawing with the windows open, so if you hear any barks, it's a special guest appearance by the neighbor's dogs. All right, there we can add just a little bit of hairs, just like that, just to kind of, you know, draw more attention to the fact that it's a fur covered body, you know. So it almost looks like we got a shaky hand when we're drawing. I like that. So this one's kind of tucked back behind her arm. So let me draw her chest, and then you'll see where it is back behind her. So she does have female anatomy, so we're going to be drawing her rib cage like this down to her waist. It's going to go down to the backside. Now, let's go back up this way before we follow all the way down. So her stomach, she's got it kind of crunched over like this. Remember the anatomy and remember the hair. And then her breast is going to be right here. So just a little bit of a round. And again, we're going to do more with color. So that's all we really got to do for that. Maybe we can do a little bit of an edge here for the other breast. But again, it's all covered in fur, so there's not too much you're really going to see. Now, this arm is pushed back behind, so it's almost like if her arm is like this, there's the shoulder. It's pushed back like this, so you're not seeing as much of the bicep because of the way it's hidden behind the back. So, in doing so, I'm going to go ahead and exaggerate the shoulder because that's over it. Here's the bicep, and then forearm is way out. Down to the shoulder like that. To the shoulder. The wrist. Why did I call it the shoulder? What is wrong with me? You know what's wrong? I'm hungry. That's what it is. It's time to eat. But I wanted to do a drawing first. Again, a little bit of fur. There we go. Because color is really what's going to make this one stand out. You know, the cheetah spots and all that stuff. That's going to make it look awesome. So same thing here. We're going to do a dynamic hand, kind of something like this. So, thumb, back of the hand, first finger, okay, middle finger is back behind it. All you can really see is this. Then the other fingers, they're all going to be kind of turned in like that. So, since the knuckles are back there, we're going to go to the bend of the knuckle. Same thing here with this pinky. And that's all you can see. Now, you can probably see a little bit more of the palm of the hand, so we'll do that, okay? Awesome. How's yours coming out? Cool. All right, let me give these more of a point to make it more menacing, right? Same thing, but it's kind of blobbed in because it's a little covered up. Oh, and also, you know what we can do? I can finish up the hair like I was talking about, because now I've got an edge defined and I can continue that right there. So let's just do this. Let's just do something like that. And that will just give us a few hairlines that kind of disappear back behind her back. And we'll just say maybe they kind of come up like that too. So they don't just disappear. It doesn't always conveniently disappear behind her back. You know, some of it flies back. And I would do it like that too, but it might not look the same coming out of her armpit. You know what I mean? Okay, so like I said, we can kind of do a little bit of a breast just because I want to do like a like that, you know. So that's all we really got to do, just to show the shape of the breast, because it is a female form, and we're not going too crazy with a whole bunch of hairs, you know. All right. So now we're just drawing the anatomy all the way down, and I'm going to go ahead and connect the leg. I was thinking about not doing it for the tail, but I think the tail's further back behind than the edge of the leg, so I'm going to go ahead and connect this part. So that's her backside, and we're going to do one leg like this. Now, I talked about this in the sketch way. This leg is pretty much straight out, so the knee is going to be something like this. Let's go ahead and do the other side of the leg so you see where we are. There's the inner thigh. long extra cheetah appendage that humans don't have. And then it's extended out here, and you'll see what I'm doing over here in a second. I'm just going to go ahead and just continue it. I mean, since we're there, we might as well, right? And I don't know if she's got claws. We're going to give her some. Okay. Here, let's do a little bit of detail. Just because we can, really. Let's see. Again, just a little bit of hair stress. Okay. Awesome. Now she's hunched over, so her waist is going to be going like this, and then this leg is going to come out here. So I'm going to draw some bends and some hair or fuzz, right? So her crotch is going to be right here. Side's going to be here, like that. And let's go ahead, because I do have her like hunched over, let's go ahead and draw some crease lines. You know, just showing that when you bend, even your arm and whatnot, you do have flesh material and whatnot bending, and it just shows the stress being put on her joints. Okay. And usually I like to do a lot of lines where there's stress on joints. So, you know, it shows that there's bends and stuff like that. All right, so we're gonna do this leg, and so this part is this right there, and this is what I was talking about, that whole extra extended, I almost said leopard part, cheetah leg. Can't forget the tail. Don't let me forget the tail. All right. Okay, not done. Not gonna forget the tail. Again, I'm gonna do just a little bit of extra, you know, just to show some, like I said, some stress, some wear and tear. Well, not wear and tear, because this is fur, right? Just a little extra lines for the fur, you know? All right. Okay, so now we're just drawing a tail. I've already sketched the entire thing out, so I'm going to do just like I did with everything else. Just going to add some shaky hand to it. Like that. Maybe kind of a thick tail. There we go. Again, we add just a little bit of extra, and we're going to move on. Not much, because again, like I said, color is going to really take care of a lot of this. It's just to show the fur, give it what fur. Okay. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Cheetah from Wonder Woman 1984. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.